I'm really happy to be here in this class today with you guys as we dive into the upper half of the body. So we're going to just really open up the lung channel. We're going to open up the chest. We're going to open up the upper back, which is also going to help to open up the shoulders and the neck as well. I would definitely recommend that you have some blocks close by. Of course, if there's anything else that you desire to bring in with your practice, you can certainly have that there. And we're going to be starting on our belly in Sphinx pose in a nice low variation of it. So if you want, when you're ready, you can meet me on your belly, grab your blocks, just have them close by. And before you set up the upper body, I want you to take your feet just a little bit wider than what you normally do, just to give your low back some space. And then if you want to have a block for your forehead to rest on, then you're going to walk your elbows until they're forward enough that you feel your rib cage come in contact with the mat. So it's a really low Sphinx here. And then your forehead can melt down onto the block. And then once you're there, I want you to just shimmy your hips a little bit so that you relax. You're not holding any tension in the low back or your legs. Your eyes are closed. And if you want, you can take the block right at the edge of it and place it right on the third eye. So on Governor Vessel 24.5, that acupressure point there. And you can just allow your head to roll from side to side. Yeah, this is a really nice way to just step out of the mind for a little bit and to start to tap into your energy. And you don't have to roll the head that long. As soon as you feel like it's appropriate enough for you to stop, you can. And then really begin to focus on long, deep breaths as if you were trying to fill up the back of your body. And now you are more than welcome to stay here for the next 2 minutes. If you prefer to come up a little bit higher, you'll lift your forehead up off the block, and then you'll walk your elbows in a little bit closer towards you so that they're more in line with your shoulders, and you'll feel your lower rib cage lift. And if you're taking this variation, I want you to think about drawing your heart forward towards that block that was in front of you. And then you can either let your forehead face down, or you can keep your head facing forward. It just depends on your neck, how that feels for you. And begin to breathe a little bit longer, a little bit deeper. And take 2 more deep breaths in and out through your nose. And then when you're ready, you'll take that block out of the way and just simply bring your forehead down to either stacked hands, or you can even just bring an ear down to the mat and heel toe your big toes to touch. Let your heels roll out. Take about 3 to 4 really deep breaths here. And then from here, just pick up your feet for a moment and windshield wiper the legs a little bit from side to side. Just taking any kind of tension that there might be out from the low back. And take about 2 to 3 more deep breaths. And then let your feet land back onto the mat. And then just for a moment, you're going to come up onto your forearms. And we're going to move into half fallen cross from here. Okay. So your right forearm is going to go a little bit more forward. And you're going to take that left arm underneath you. And your palm can face down or up. It just really depends on your shoulder. And then you can bring either your left ear down onto a block. Alternatively, if you want to bring your forehead down, you can. That will often intensify the stretch. So just depending on where you're at, you can always reposition your head at any point. And if your low back needs a little bit of support, just bring your right knee up in line with your right hip so you're in like a half frog position. So that this gives a little bit of support back there. And then start to take some long, slow, deep breaths, as if you were breathing up through your left fingertips. Right up through the arm, right up into the chest, right up into the lungs, right up into the upper back. So sometimes I like to play a little bit with the position of my left arm. So if you like, you can bring your hand down a little bit towards the hip line, or you can bring the hand up a little higher above the shoulder line, or if it feels good where it is right now, just leave it as is and continue taking some long, slow, deep breaths. And let's take 2 more rounds of breath in and out through the nose. And then of course, if your leg is in that half frog position, slide your foot back and then press gently into your right palm, lift your chest up and slowly unwind that left arm. And it's your choice here. You can either stack the hands again and rest your forehead down, or if you want, you can even just bring your arms down by your sides and bring one ear side to the mat. Just let your body rebound here. And then once again, let's just pick up the feet and find a little windshield wiper from side to side. And then gently place the feet back down. Let's prop ourselves back up again. And this time you're going to walk your left arm a little more forward and slide your right arm underneath you, palm up or down, and then slowly start to drape your chest back down, placing either forehead or right ear to the mat. And alternatively, also bringing your left knee up in line with your left hip if your back needs a little more care today. Take some long, slow, deep breaths. Just envisioning the energy traveling up through your right fingertips, through the arm, up over the shoulder ridge, down into the chest, down into the lungs. Just bringing a clear energy there that releases all tension, all blockages. And again, for that last minute here, if you want to play a little bit with the position of your right arm, you can bring it slightly up or slightly down. And we'll start to take some longer exhales. Last 2 deep breaths. When you're ready, just slowly lift your forehead, lift the chest up a little bit, unwind the arms. And then this time you're going to turn over onto your back. Have your blocks so that they're right close by you at the top of your mat. And you can either come onto the back with knees bent, or if you prefer, you can extend the legs out. But let your body sort of rebound here. Breathing deeply all the way up into your chest, into your lungs. Just bringing all that fresh oxygen up there, especially if most of your day was spent in a very shallow breath. And then from here, we're going to move into Banana Asana, and we're going to use the blocks actually. So if you want to find your blocks and place one block on each top edge of your mat, likely for most of us on the lowest setting for the block, and then extend your legs out. Walk both your feet to the bottom left corner of your mat, and your feet can either be side by side, cross right ankle over left, or you can have some separation between the feet. And then pick up your upper body, shift it up and over to the left. And then you're going to take the back of your forearms or wrists, depending on your flexibility in your shoulders, and you're going to let them rest on the top of the block. So if you're very tight in your shoulders, just bring your wrist crease onto the edge of the block so then your elbows are bent and grounded. Those of you that want a little more depth, and you're going to walk the forearms directly onto the block. So now your elbows are lifted, but there's a support there. So your shoulders are still grounded, okay? And then let your palms relax. Start to breathe deeply down the right side of your body. Full deep breaths in and out through the nose. So at any point, if you find the blocks just don't work for you, you can always just bring your forearms down onto the mat. And you can find any variation with your arms, whether that's in a goalpost position, whether you want to just extend them out from your shoulders, or even just lay them flat on the mat. And can you start to bring a little bit more breath into the right side of your rib cage? Like you're trying to expand it right out towards the edge of your mat. Although that's not going to actually happen, I want you just to envision it's like an extension of an accordion. Take two more of these really extended breaths. And then you'll slowly start to unwind yourself, coming back towards the center of your mat. And take your arms either down by your sides for a moment or place them on your body, whatever feels most comfortable for you. Feet could be a little bit wide apart from one another. And now breathe deliberately into your rib cage, just feeling that expansion. And then we'll set up for the other side. This time walking both your feet to the bottom right corner of your mat. Find a nice position for the legs, either together, across of the left, over the right ankle, or feet apart. Pick up the upper body, bring it up and over to the right as well. And then if you want to, you can try the blocks again to start with. And if that just doesn't feel appropriate on this side, you can certainly just bring the arms somewhere onto the mat. You want to keep the upper body soft, arms relaxed. And start to breathe deeply into the left side of your body now. And now really begin to focus breathing through the left side of your rib cage. So it's like, again, it's that extension, that accordion as you're breathing deeply. Filling up that entire left lung meridian channel. the left side of the chest. Take another 3 to 4 deep breaths. And eventually making your way back in towards the center of your mat and starting to set your body up for final shavasana, final relaxation. You can choose to either rest on your back. If you prefer to rest on your side or on your belly, you absolutely can. And if you prefer to sit in meditation, that option is also available for you. Allow yourself to completely release any control of your breath here, whether you're in shavasana or whether you're sitting in meditation. We take this time at the end of our practice as an opportunity to integrate, to absorb, to assimilate the practice and all of its benefits, physical, mental, emotional, and energetic. Now, staying here exactly as you are, begin to bring your breath really deep back into your body. Like it's a purposeful breath in and breath out, where you're really feeling the energy of that breath moving in through your ribs, moving in through the lungs, filling yourself up. Just noticing how wonderful it feels to take these extended breaths, feeling spacious and open. Knowing that you have all the courage, all the resilience, all the strength you need. I invite you to stay here as long as you like. And when you feel your practice is complete, just take a moment to Thank yourself for showing up on your mat today, for carving out this time for you. And I look forward to our next class together. Namaste.